Okay, so in order to make the bagpipes, you're gonna need some bits of plastic bag. You're gonna need masking tape and then packing tape. You're gonna need a pair of scissors, a rubber band, some sort of hose or something that you could breathe through easily. Then you're gonna need four T's with the T connectors. These are 1/2 inch in diameter. Then you're gonna need about 6 inches of a 1/2 inch PVC pipe. You're also gonna need a plastic glove and then a shark bite pipe and then a union or an adapter. And then lastly, you're going to need either a hacksaw or an X-Acto knife or some sort of tool where you can cut the PVC pipe and the shark bite pipe.
So now you measure out 1 inch of the PVC pipe and you're going to cut it into 4 pieces. There you go. And we're going to use the hacksaw to cut the pieces. So next we're going to cut the blue pipe to about 12 inches, 305 millimeters, and we're going to cut 2 pieces of the pipe the same length. There will never be a movie just done. Go ahead.
Okay. So after we just cut it, and you can see that the ends are completely flat, and you want them to be the exact same length. That's really important. And if they're not, then just cut off the part that is either too long. And,
yeah. So if the end is not flat, then you can just take sandpaper and go like this until the bottom is flat. So watch how I assemble this. You're going to put the PVC-T connectors inside like this, and then you're going to put 2 of the PVC T's like this, and then last one like this.
So we're gonna take the hose, and I wrapped around some masking tape to make sure that it fits snugly into the PVC connector or T connector. And then we also are gonna take our adapter, and you can see that we taped the glove around it. And we're gonna use a connector and then put the adapter on top.
So at the end of the 2 PVC T's, we took the plastic bag and a rubber band and wrapped it around and put it on both ends. Go.
Okay, so the next step is to put the shark bite pipe in one of the T's, and we wrapped around some masking tape at the end to make sure that it fits nice and snug at the end, and it should push up right to the plastic bag. Okay, so now that we have the tape and we're putting it in, make sure that the tape doesn't go all the way up to the end, so you can allow air to go through the pipe here and the tape won't block it. Okay, so with no holes in it, we're gonna play it. So as you hear it, like, it should be one solid sound, and if it sounds sort of bumpy and a little off, then pull on the bags until you get one solid like sound. Okay, so now to actually start making sounds, I have the exact calculations that we got from the master music instrument maker from our school. And so if you could just screenshot this and you could just follow the exact calculations to do the scale, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So for example, the first one, which is going to be your thumb, you should do it 38% away from the top of your pipe. it just depends on how long your pipe is, so you have to remeasure and make sure that it is exactly 38% away from the top. And then you go 43%, 51%, and just keep going until you have a total of 6 holes at the top, and then 6 holes in the front and 1 in the back, which is your thumb. And make sure that the diameters are exactly how it says here. And then you should have your calculated frequency, and that's going to be the one where you have no holes at all. And then in order to get around where your frequency should be for the scale, you just follow these calculations. So you do, in order to get the re, for example, you do 9 divided by 8 times your calculated frequency for your no hole, which is your fundamental frequency, and then you should get around where that frequency should be to see if you're correct.
So when you make the holes in the shark bite tube, you can use a screwdriver and an X-Acto knife, and you can just put it in like this and just twist until you get the hole. And when you do it, make sure that you get all the stuff from the inside out. You can do that by just taking it and going like this. Yeah. Oh, and then you can also take the scissors to make this flat, like when the edges are, to round it out.
Okay, so once you have all your holes in and correct, I'm going to show you the scale. Talk about some of the challenges that we faced when building this. And one of the first challenges was when actually we put it all together and we blew into it and we realized that no sound was coming out, and we were really confused. We spent like an hour trying to like move things around, see if it worked, but it just wasn't working. And then we opened this and we realized that the tape was actually blocking the air from flowing through over here. So when you put tape on here, make sure that the tape only goes up to about here, so the air can come in through here and go out. So it's fine if it's loose in here, but make sure that you keep it tight over here. So watch out for that.
So when we finished the whole thing and it was making sounds, when we had to find the natural frequency, it kept changing. And we were moving the pipes around trying to see what the problem was, and we just couldn't find the problem. So if you have the same problem, you can just put tape at the end of one of the tubes and it'll keep the same natural frequency.
Yeah. If you put a piece of tape at the end, it'll really amplify the sound that's coming through here, because sometimes it all just was sounding the same without the tape. So we just put the tape at the end and we got our natural frequency, and the notes actually started to play.
So another problem that we had when making this was that we kept getting holes in the bag part and both, and also in the glove. So watch out for that.
Okay, so I'm going to show you an example of a song that you can play, and my example is going to be Amazing Grace.